Hey, what's going on, Archons? Welcome to one of the new series that I will be doing probably once a month. I'm kind of still working out the logistics of frequency, but we're going whale hunting today. And what that means is I'm going to be looking at decks that both have a high SAS potentially and a high number associated to it in terms of monetary value within the game. And I chose actually the highest one I could find just to kick off this series. And my man Scrouner has wanted me to do this for quite some time. He's asked me like repeatedly to do this, and I have not done it for various reasons. I've decided to no longer put it off and actually make it a thing. So the format for this will be is we're going to look at a deck, as you can see here, on DOK, analyze it from its numbers that SAS and decks of Keyforge attribute to it through their system, and then have a discussion based on that, then take it for a test drive on TCO, and at the end I'm basically going to decide, would I buy this deck? It's a yes or no. There's no maybes. It's yes, I'm buying it, no, I'm not. And I could give some reasons why I may not. We'll see how this goes. First off, caveat to all this is myself personally, I would not be buying any decks that I would call a whale right now, simply because without a steady organized play system in place, spending money on a deck like this right now wouldn't make sense to me. It's pretty much the reason why I sold my deck that was a really coveted one, is because it was amazing. I loved it, got a good offer, and I weighed that I wouldn't have an opportunity to play it in a scene that made sense. My local scene, I don't think makes sense to be playing a really wild deck. So here we are with the episode. So let's get into it, go over some things, why I would choose a deck, wouldn't, things of that nature, what I think attributes to its value being what it is. So right off the top, we have a Worlds Collide deck. I think that Worlds Collide decks actually SAS higher than other sets. I have noticed this trend. You seem to get more that way. I think it actually partly is to the quality of cards that appear more commonly, exist in a greater quantity within Worlds Collide, and the synergy is just really there. So it just exists in that way, and that's fine. I think that's pretty cool. It's a good set. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. So, although I do know some people find it a kind of a boring set as a result for this, so I also find that interesting. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. So first, we got Logo, Saurian, Star Alliance, pretty much the quintessential triumvirate of amazeballs that exists within Worlds Collide. If we look at the stats, we got Ember Control of 18, expected Ember 22, Board Control of 3.8, and then a Control of 0.8. Crazy Killing Machine is Artifact Control. Okay. Here we have Red Alert, Stunner, and Crazy Killing Machine. So, 14 Ember Pips, 16 creatures, 26 speed is nice, low creature power. So, the first thing that stands out to me in this, well, aside from the 35 synergy, the base arc is fine, but the synergy is where this is really going up. And I think that has a lot to do with the triple Edi with the Mimic Gel and double Tau Tau Vapors really kind of lead into the whole archiving sort of thing. Oh, but I gotta say, that 3.8 is a scary number in today's game. If I spent $5,000 on a deck and it kept getting blown out by big boards, that would trouble me a little bit. Granted, you have the Red Alert, and I think 16 is a number that leads to that being quite nice. Also, smaller creature power means that your creatures could be killed more easily, which then could also do some kind of wild things. Meaning that you could have a board shift. I also kind of like the exiles within this as well, because you could actually use your Kirby's to play an exile into a Red Alert. So that's kind of a fun thing as well, which means that you could create that difference that will allow your opponent to have more creatures and actually have the exile pop at the same time if you got some Ember on there. So there's that. When I go through this, the cut-through researches are fine. They're really just Ember pips, though, I think, in the long and the short of it. The interdimensional graph is definitely huge here, and it's probably contributing to that Ember. I actually think this number is probably higher because I imagine there's quite a bit of minuses. Oh, no, only a -1. So it would actually be 19. There's good stuff here, though. I like this. Tau Vapors for cycling. Yeah, this deck cycles fantastically. There's no way around that. Like the threats between the Edeyes, the Tau Vapors, the Tabor and Kirby and Spears, like all that stuff, and who's this here? And Gray. All that stuff is going to just be leading towards the ability to move through the deck quickly. That is for sure where this deck cycles and really piques my attention. When I see that, I'm just like, okay, that's not a joke. Now, Mimic Gel is fantastic in so many different ways. I feel like you're Mimic Gelling another Edeye, honestly, because you're just going to stop, like the key cost, and then you got the Imperiums here as well to protect. It's pretty huge. You can't really ignore that. Like the fact that you're going to get the Edeye so strong and consistently, I think it will be very rare for your opponent to be able to forge a key at regular cost. I think that will always be the thing about this deck that actually makes it so powerful, is the abundance of Edeye that can be affecting keys. So if we're going to look at the deck as a whole from, let's say I'm playing against this deck, what are the things that you got to watch out for? You're going to be constantly watching out for Edeyes. You're going to be watching out for Tabors and Kirbys, like, and Helmsman Spears even, to just get into other things. It could leave you in a situation where you actually don't really need Saurian. And I kind of think that's how this rocks, is I actually think Saurian doesn't really matter. You only have 3 creatures here anyways. You can abuse your Tabor and Kirby to actually get the other things out of hand. Not to mention you have Tau Vapors and Edeye, which means you're between, if you utilize Mimic Gel as well, that is 6 cards being archived. But you could technically archive half your Saurians and just keep them there, because I don't think you need, like I said, I don't think you need to call Saurian with this deck. I think it's only if you're just trying to cycle and you haven't quite gotten those pieces that you could do it. So it's really good in that sense. Now we have obviously stealth mode. You got all the tricks too. You got stealth mode. You do have the crazy killing machine as a backup. It's going to affect you as well. But, well, actually, you know what? That's just targeted. That's just targeted. It's not, you don't, there is red alert's the only thing you have there. So there's that. I like the card for protection. And aside from that, I think that pretty much goes over the deck for the most part. There is some cool combo stuff here that can be done. Like I honestly really like the Kirby into Exile. That's going to be what I'm going for when we test this out. So let's just get into a game. Let's rock a quickie on TCO and see how it actually drives. The Ember generation number here, I'm not quite sure if that's accurate. I think it could do more than what it says, but I'm not totally certain. It may be pretty spot on. So, all right. All right, so what's he bringing here? Oh, this is a good matchup. Here we go. The 7 Sins deck is here. So let's see what we get. So right off the top, I'm not liking this hand. I mean, I do like the Edi to start with, just create that pressure, but I think it's a little bit too early. So I'm gonna mulligan. I think I want Star Alliance early, and that's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna go Star Alliance, play the Ingram, and ward it. Just create that threat on the board. There it is. All right. Then we're gonna go into Logos. Like I said, I actually think that the Saurians are what I'm going to target for stuff. So we're going to go Crazy Killing Machine, Cutthroat. Then I'm going to play Edi. Yeah, I think I go Exile, to be honest, because that's what I want to set up with those Kirby plays, like I said, for the red alerts. And here it is. So let's see how this works. All right. I will not get to do the red alert play like I wanted to, but that's how it is. And that could bite me in the butt, I think, later on, actually. So we're going to continue doing the Saurian plays of things. Do I exile? No, it won't matter. So we're going to go no. We're going to go like this. The red alert, unfortunately, is fodder. So we discard that. We will play the stunner actually just on Ingram, so I can use it right away. I'm going to basically have everything warded by into this. So we're just going to reap here. We'll go Medic Ingram here. Stun there. We'll play... Yeah, unfortunately I'm doing this in a very not great way, but the cycling is going to be good. We're going to go Kirby, play Imperium, and we're warding the entire board. And we're going to continue to go down this path of warding the entire board. Okay, now we got to start taking care of what's happening there. So we had Kronos come into play. That was utilized. Kirby. All right, just pop in wards. Which is fine. Which is fine. But now I need to take care of this board here, prioritizing, I guess, the Kronos first and going from there. So I'm actually going to utilize Star Alliance yet again. I'm going to use Ingram to fight into Kronos. I'm going to go Medic Ingram, heal and ward Kirby, and then we will stun this daughter. I'm then going to play Karkar to the right. One, two, three. Okay, so we're going to actually burn some stuff here. We're going to fight into daughter. Play Golden Spiral. Then we'll fight into daughter again, revealing So Salt. Again, I don't care about that stuff there. Keep the Tabor protected, and then play the Xeno Training. Throwing it all on Karkar, actually. All right, what do we got now? We got the Graft. The Star Alliance play is less, but I'm going to see if I can keep doubling down on it, because we got the Mimic Gel Edi play coming up. We got Tabor for using Golden Spiral to really abuse things. So let's see how it goes. I like his play here. So his Shadow House is basically Seeker Needle fodder. Oh, the subtle auto. Getting rid of the Ed-Eye. That hurts. All right. So we are just going to keep going Star Alliance. There is enough stuff here to make that work. You may play or use one non-Star Alliance card this turn. I actually think I want to copy... yeah, what I'm going to do is we have an overlap of one house. So yeah, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to have Tabor pop the ward or the elusive here. I'm going to actually play Mimic Gel. And I'm going to use Daughter. Oh, I get to copy the icons too. Okay, that's pretty sick. I did not realize that was going to happen. Oh, what the heck? All right, there we go. Fixed. Okay. So we got this as the Daughter, and I drew a card, which was Tribute, which I don't need. So we're going to keep this as is. I'm then going to Reap. We're going to go Medic Ingram to keep that warded. We'll then just stun there. I'm going to have this fight into there. We'll reveal Legatus Raptor. And I'm going on with the plan of literally just... Okay, it's controlling the board pretty good right now. We'll play a Graft. That is the turn there. So the deck so far is performing pretty good. I have not seen the Sins yet, though. That could be a game changer. And here it is. Wow. This is quite the game to be showcasing. And here is all of the Sins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we only got 5. So priorities. Move each Ember from friendly creatures to your pool. So this is a problem. I gotta get rid of this. Also gotta get rid of Wrath. 0 cards in draw pile, which negates the Killing Machine. Okay, so I can buy myself time by so salting, so they can't reap. I have to go Star Alliance again. So this is 6 power needs to go through there. Oh, dearie. Ward each friendly send. Okay, Snoret. Greed. Yeah. This is going to be problematic. So I need all this stuff here. This stuff's all here, which is fine. So I'm going to be in next turn. So you know what? We got to go Star Alliance one more time. And unfortunately, my board is going to get absolutely rocked right now. So I think Pride is who I deal with first. So we're going to go actually like this. We're going to reap here. We are going to go Medic Ingram here. And we're going to stun Pride to stop that from happening. I'm going to sacrifice a creature. So we're going to go into here. So it needs one more damage, and we'll let that be the case there. Gluttony at 6. Aye. What do I have? Oh. I see the solutions here. So Kirby is going to reap. Is there anything that's elusive that I miss? And then we're going to use Tau Tau Vapors to try and see if we can find something. Okay, I see what I need to do now. We're going to archive the city-state. And actually the Quester Jarda. Here's where things are going to get tricky. Yeah, we're going to sacrifice Gray. And this is a really tricky situation here. We're going to reap with Tabor. To use Mimic Gel to take that out. I think that is the main threat. All right, that's everything we're doing now. This is Heedy, folks. This is Heedy. Let's see the abuse, because I know Beacock has used this deck for a while, and this is my first time piloting this deck. I'm in a good Ember control position. So Ingram's gone with Greed. All right, he's getting rid of my Star Alliance engine. Spears, Tabor, or Kirby? All right, he took out Kirby. And here's another one. Is this the key cost increase? All right, so I need to stop from reaping next turn. That's the truth. All right, totally warded. Did that. All right, so here it is. It is time to do some shenanigans. So we're going to go... How many creatures can I put out? Actually, that's a good point. I got 1, 2, 3, Yeah, I can actually manage it. So we're going to go Saurian, grab the archives, play So Salt to stop reaping. Oh, I shouldn't have done Ludo first. Yeah, I should have held off on the Ludo because I'm now missing a 5-power creature with the Exile. Or with the Tribute, I mean. That's okay. I know what I'm going to do here. I really messed that up. So we will go City-State Interest. Actually, you know what? Maybe I just exile. Oh, no, because them getting Ludo just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I screwed that up big time. We're then going to play Tribute here. There's no reaping. I'm going to Chant of Hubris, one from here to here. Edai is not currently in play, so we're going to go Imperium like this. I'm going to actually sacrifice Edai, I think, to something. I don't know right now. I'm going to be honest. This deck is it's playing it one time is not enough. Okay, and then we're going to Golden Spiral, which then allows me to do Crazy Killing Machine? That is the real question here. Let's Tau Vapors, because then we can create the key cost increase, which will be Quantum Finger Traps. All right. This is kind of wild. Extremely wild game going on here. Oh, the Effervescent Principle play. All right, so we need to get rid of Desire. All right. Yep, this is the play. So we're going to go. Just want to read So Salt until the start of your next turn. Okay, so basically my turn there. I couldn't reap. Okay, so we're going to go Star Alliance again. This is a Star Alliance deck. That's what it is. It's very clear now. So we'll stealth mode. We will play Kirby on the right. Yeah, this is how we're going to have to do it. We're going to reap with Tabor. And then have Legatus Raptor go into Desire. Take out Desire. And then I think we are going to exile that to the right. I don't know if I'm making mistakes doing this, but okay, here we are. Oh, I guess I can Dominator Bobble my creatures, which is kind of interesting. Oh no, not Gluttony again. And Essence Scale Gluttony. Yeah, this is going to bite me in the butt right here. So you can just Essence Scale. Yep, I see what's happening here. How did that just happen? Oh yeah, this is going to be bad. This is going to be very bad. Yep. 27 Ember. Where is my interdimensional graph now? Well, we are going Logos. So first off, let's Tau Vapors. Well, that's not what I needed. Take some of that. We'll just increase the key cost to hopefully try and stymie what's going on here. Key cost is at 12. I mean, this Ed-Eye is not going to help with anything here. So we'll just reap, and then we're going to Crazy Killing Machine. All right, so that's one good thing. We're going to get rid of the Essence Scale, and we're going to get rid of the Library card. So actually, that worked out pretty good. But I need to get back around to, oh, there's the graft, which is actually kind of helpful now. But I mean, this deck is not standing up to the Sins deck, so... And look at this autoencoder action. You'll love to see it. All right. So here we go. We're going to go Logos again. Yeah, that's problematic. I don't know if I can deal with Envy. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go Logos again. Leave the archives. And it's elusive. So this is how we have to do this. Sacrifice the Ed-Eye to make this work. Use Crazy Killing Machine. Perfect. So we can get rid of Envy. And then we'll get rid of Quester Jarda, I think. All right. And now the graft to try and keep me in this game. This is heady, folks. No question about it. I know Ben knows this deck way better than I know the one I'm playing. Ugh. But... here we are. Oh yeah, that's good. That's gonna negate my lead. GG. So folks, yeah, I wouldn't buy this deck. I wouldn't spend $5,000 on this deck. No chance. I think it does really good things, but I'm glad that I got to go against Ben's deck like that, because that is actually the test of what this deck does. I mean, I maybe didn't play that perfectly, but it was definitely only having Red Alert as my answer to stuff was problematic. So I'm going to cite that the deck is fantastic. It is not worth $5,000 in my personal opinion because of the lack of board control. The one thing I did absolutely like about it was the way it could cycle and do cool things in that way. But like I said, the inability to deal with the board beyond like just one Red Alert is problematic. That deck just ran riot with the warding and everything. Like, that's not even going to stop the Red Alert. It's just going to pop wards. So unfortunately, it does not cut the mustard. I think I would not buy this whale of a deck. The price is not justified based on what it does. I think most games you're going to blow out. But I think when you're buying a deck like this, you're buying a deck like this to go against the top of the top and win tournaments, not just win an average game on TCO. So I'm so grateful that Ben had that deck as a benchmark, because B-Hawk brought the heat that needed to go against a deck like this. So this deck is a pass for me, even though it has all the great things in it. This stat here of creature control only coming this one way was just not good enough. The Crazy Killing Machine definitely did a lot of great work. I definitely enjoyed having exiled my Saurian creatures as a means that if I get off the top from Crazy Killing Machine, one of my Saurian things, I can actually just blow up the one on their side of the board. So yes, this deck is good. No, it is not worth the money. No, I don't think it can take down all tournaments. I think it can be countered quite easily, actually, as we saw here, key cheats being a big one of them. So thanks for tuning into this inaugural episode. We'll be doing this again and going through different decks. I'm not going to necessarily always be going. I went for the top of the top for this first one, and we're going to try different things. I'm going to probably go from the 400 up sort of range in decks and see from there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it was insightful. Thanks again to B-Hawk for the fantastic deck to match this. The speed stat here is definitely on point. So as always, folks, may your ember never be stolen and your keys forged promptly. Have a good one.